Okay, guys, I'm Aunt Pam from Houston, Texas, and I am about to go over a few steps. I'm going to continue the steps from the other day as far as being able to wholesale contracts or sell contracts. I want to welcome all of the replay viewers at this time. I'm Aunt Pam, a real estate investor from Houston. You have to excuse my attire today, but I work from home. I only look decent when I go out. So anyway, I had some bad news. Bad news last night. One of the great real estate investors here in the city of Houston, he passed away. And then come to find out this morning, my aunt, who's 101 years old, she passed away. She was the only surviving aunt that I have. And the great thing is my dad's sister, when she passed away, she was 99, and my mom's sister was 101. So I'm blessed to have some pretty strong genes. So if any of you guys have a problem with me, you're going to be in for a rude awakening for a very long time. But anyway, just wanted to do me a huge favor. Follow this tweet this out for me to your followers, even on Facebook if you can. But it's kind of weird today. I was going over an article, and it's from the Business Insider. And check this out. It said the 15 biggest career crashes in 2015, starting with the former farmer, PHARMA CEO Martin. He's an idiot that just overpriced medication. And being a pharmacist, that kind of bothers me because healthcare costs are already expensive, and at the end of the day, it's the patient and the consumer who suffers. And then we go on to Jared Fogle with Subway, and then the girl with the NAACP, the Rachel chick. So I'm looking at all these different careers, and none of them are real estate. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? And, none of these people are involved in real estate, okay? So if you're on a job and you're not happy with your job, or you see the downturn or I don't know, I don't want to be negative, but when you see the writing on the wall, sometimes you have to move on and get out of the situation. So real estate is a very good way of doing that. But anyway, let me go ahead and jump in. And if this deal is blurry again, you guys are just going to have to get over it. And if you're in my Facebook group, you should have access to a copy of this anyway. So let me just switch it out real quick. All right. We've already gone over step 0 through step 3, I think it was. Let me kind of maximize this a little bit. Can you guys see this okay? If not, you need to refocus with your glasses. But anyway, you can't see it okay? All right. But anyway, if you're in my Facebook group, I'm just going to read to you what it says. Step 4 is going to be due diligence, okay? And it was working just fine earlier. But anyway, with due diligence, you're basically evaluating a real estate deal, okay? And what are some of the things that you're doing when you're actually evaluating a deal? Especially if you're looking to wholesale properties, okay? You are, number one, you're going to determine the after repair value, all right? And what does that mean? That means what will that property sell for when it's fixed up? When it's all said and done, what will that property sell for when it's fixed up? Say, for an example, if a property fixed up, ready to go, is going to be $100,000, then the ARV, being the after repair value, is going to be $100,000. All right. How are you going to be able to determine that? All right. There's a few websites, and none of these things are 100% accurate. Okay. There's findcompsnow.com, findcompsnow.com. There's Zillow. There's Trulia. Some people use a county website. The county website only tells you an individual's tax assessed value. And sometimes some people are overtaxed and some people are undertaxed, okay? Another website is RealQuest. RealQuest, I think there's a membership. You have to pay for that. the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, and you get that via a realtor, okay, having access to the MLS via a realtor, okay. You can even attempt to be a realtor's assistant in order to get access or gain access to the MLS, okay. But if you really want to know the most accurate way of finding out what properties are actually selling for or what a property is worth, you're going to have to hire an appraiser, okay. And then the other deal, when you're dealing with the after repair value, you always look at repairs, okay? So if I fix this property up, how much is this property going to sell for, and what kind of repairs is this individual or am I going to have to put into it, okay? And one of the websites that you can go to find the after repair value is Hammer Point, HAMMER point.com, or you can contact one of your local contractors. But like I stated a few nights ago, do not abuse that relationship. You know, every time you get a deal, do not run to a contractor, you know, asking for 10 and 15 different estimates, and you never compensate that individual, or you never do business with that individual. Okay? The next step, does anyone have any questions about what I've discussed so far? Okay, cool. Do me a favor, put some hearts on the board in order for me to continue. I need some more hearts on the board, and I need you guys to share this on Twitter. All right? So if you don't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and continue real quick. The next thing is negotiating and constructing offers via the phone or in person. Okay, there are times while I'm on the phone with the seller, I'm actually pulling comps. I'm actually doing some, thanks for sharing, Motivator One. I'm actually, looking at title work. I'm doing all of this simultaneously while I'm, talking to the seller over the phone. Okay, there are also times when I return, appreciate the heart, guys. Appreciate the hearts. And if you guys are watching the replay, I do appreciate you guys watching the replay. But anyway, if I'm talking to the seller if the seller's left a voicemail message and, they tell me the address of the property or they tell me their name, especially if they're not cursing and carrying on like they're crazy, what I'll do is do some homework. I'll do some due diligence while before I actually give that seller a call back. And in between all that, I'm checking out the ARV or what I think the property would sell for. And this is before I actually even get the list of repairs. But anyway, on to step 5, negotiate and construct offers via phone or in person. The formula, and this formula is not exact, okay? There is no perfect formula. There's no perfect way to make an offer. Nothing is perfect about this business, okay? But anyway, the typical formula people use is the after repair value times 0.7 or 70%, or some people use 65, some people use 80, times 0.70 minus repairs, and a minimum of a $10,000 profit. And that profit margin is going to vary from deal to deal, okay? There's also there's an offer sheet that's perfect anytime you're trying to figure out how much you should offer someone, or how much, if you can play with the numbers actually. How much, if you're looking to make $10,000, $5,000, $15,000, it actually breaks down, how much you can offer, how much you should offer that particular seller. But anyway, like I said earlier, not all of these deals are going to fit this formula. A lot of our good deals have come from just regular investors, like landlord investors, or people just that's off the street and looking to get involved in the business. All right. So anyway, let me see what it said. But we can still buy on terms. Yeah, we can still buy these deals on terms. So even if it's not a straight cash deal, we can actually buy it on terms via owner finance or taking over the property subject to the existing financing. But anyway, guys, I think that's all I have for today. you know what, let me just throw in the follow-up. You have to consistently, that's not even part of a step, but that's a no-brainer. You have to consistently follow up. No less than every 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes it's every 2 or 3 days. If you have a seller and you think it's a pretty warm lead and there's a possibility that you can get that deal on the contract, follow up with that seller in a couple of days. You'll have sellers to say, oh, well, you know, let me talk to my husband, let me talk to my wife, you know, let me talk to my mom, let me talk to, you know, whomever, you know, go ahead and follow up with those people in a day or two to see, you know, what the status is and getting that offer in. But let me see, there was a deal we did, it was an $11,000 deal, and let me see, we followed up with this person, oh God, for a few weeks, and once the agreement was made, you know, we put it on the contract, and we were able to sell that contract, and we made, I think it was like $11,000 on that deal. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and shoot the questions over to me. If you do not have any questions, I'm pretty much going to call it a day. I'm actually going to go to the mall a little later and buy a couple of gifts for some people. What if you have a mobile home with land? You know what? I've had leads on mobile homes, but I've never, those deals have never panned out. But I know that when you're dealing with mobile homes, you need to find out if the person, if they own the land or if they're leasing the land. You know, what are they selling? Are they selling the mobile home, or are they selling the mobile home and the land that goes with it? So you got to be sure of that. It's not like your typical single family property where the land and the improvement, which is the property or building itself, goes along with the property. How do you like Craigslist? You know what? I do not use Craigslist to find sellers, but there is a good way to find motivated sellers on Craigslist. Now, what I do use Craigslist for is when I'm dealing with, you know, when I'm trying to find a buyer. Let me see. How long is your contract for before it's null and void? What I do when I put my properties under contract, I will put, when it depends on the deal, I will put like 30 business days, which in essence is 45 days. However, I put a contingency in there that particular deal may be extended. For an example, do you do any of the flooded homes in the Mile? I have not, but we'll buy anything if the numbers are right. The deal we close on actually today, and it's going to fund tomorrow. We put that property under contract April the 1st or the 2nd or something like that. And we actually had a few people interested in the property, but it was an airship property. Come to find out, the lady had a loan on the property that she didn't tell us about. So we're only going to make about $4,000, a little over $4,000 on that particular deal. But at the end of the day, the lender is going to be paid off. The seller is going to get a couple of dollars, I think $1,000 in her pocket. The buyer is going to get a good deal, and title company is going to be able to stay in business. I think I posted a couple of photos on my Facebook page today on that particular deal. But as far as, you know, every deal is different, and what I do throughout the process, I communicate with the seller, especially if it's going to be a title issue or an airship issue, or we have to do some extra due diligence. Any more questions? What is your Facebook? I'm under Pam Douglas. Pam Douglas. It may be Pam House Buying Douglas. Any more questions? Okay, what about short sales would you need to first purchase and then sell? As far as short sales, well, first of all, if you've never done a deal, okay, if you never put a property under contract, I do not recommend short sales, okay? I think you need to learn how to first market to get leads and market to, how long have you been wholesaling? I've been wholesaling since 2006 or 2007, been in the business since 1999. I started off as a landlord. When you're dealing with short sales, that stuff can be very time consuming. I mean, you can wait almost 6 months to get paid. I almost went bankrupt because at one time the bulk of my business was short sales. I mean, when the deals hit, they hit. But in the meantime, bills will still come and due. You know, so you can't fumble around. Hey, Sabrina. Oh, man, what's going on? But you know, you can't fumble around waiting for a short sale. You know, your bill collectors or your light company is not saying, you know, they don't want to hear, well, you know, I'm working on this short sale. I'm going to net $20,000. But in the meantime, I need you to leave my lights on. Have you tried, you know, I have access. If you're talking about the find motivated sellers, which one? If you find motivated sellers, yes. I have access to it. I use it a little bit. Because I like sellers who have multiple issues. They're absentee, they're tax delinquent, it needs repairs, it's vacant, they've evicted tenants. I like people who have multiple problems. If you only have one problem, then, you know, that's not enough. How do you deal with a landlord need to sell 30 properties occupied? Well, first of all, if you're going to do a deal like that, find out who your bulk buyers are, okay? You need to find out if you have buyers who want tenant-occupied properties. And what I recommend you do is, first of all, if you're going to buy them all at one time, you know, the more you buy, the cheaper it is. Okay, so, you know, get a huge discount for being able to allow the seller to liquidate, you know, all 30 properties. In addition to that, you have some investors, they want, do you use Podio? I use Podio. It's free, and I had the Freedom Soft thing for the trial session, but, I try to focus and not be all over the place. But anyway, if your buyers want tenant-occupied properties, you need to create a rate of an ROI spreadsheet for them so they can see what type of money they're going to be making every month or what their rate of return is. So the ROI is return on investment. Okay, and I use, anytime I have somebody that's a landlord, you know, I try to do the rent comes and I plug it into my spreadsheet. You're welcome. I plug it into my spreadsheet to come out with the ROI. And that's all investor dependent. Every landlord is different. Every person is different. Like I said earlier, there's nothing cookie cutter or 100%, you know, one way in this business. So are you guys ready for the new year? Have you gotten all your goals broken down by the day? You know, if you're looking to make $500,000, you know, how much is that divided by 12? You know, that's what, $40,000? And then how are you going to make that? If the average wholesale deal in your area is $10,000 or $15,000, how many deals do you have to do to get $40,000? You know, micro wins, full macro. Yep. But anyway, yeah. So you need to break things down and into small parts and small increments so you won't get totally overwhelmed with trying to reach your goal. I said 90-day goals at a time. Exactly. That's a great way to do it. We had a meeting a few weeks ago. I think it was on the 2nd of this month. And, you know, me, Thomas, and Wale, you know, we wrote down our goals. And it's for, you know, from January to March, what do you want to do? You know, well, what kind of marketing are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to door knock. I'm going to do letters. How many letters are you going to do every week? How many letters are you going to do every day or every month? How many doors are you going to knock? What are you going to do? Every day you need to work on your business. Currently I have 2 properties, want to buy 1 property every 90 days. Awesome. Who was your mentor? To be honest with you, when I first got into business, my mom and my daddy, they had rental property. I just thought it was they were doing things the wrong way, but they did try to encourage me to not work for someone else for the rest of my life. I was working full-time as a pharmacist. When I first got into business, as far as buying seminars and courses, Carlton Sheets was the first course I bought. After that, I saw an infomercial with Ron LeGrand. So I started going to just about every Ron LeGrand seminar he had. It was wholesale, retail boot camp, paper power boot camp, private lending boot camp, structuring your offers. I mean, it was just crazy stuff. You know, the pretty house, ugly house boot camp. I went to all of that stuff. You know, so when people, you know, I mean, there's YouTube now, there's Bigger Pockets, there's a lot of free ways to learn this business. But you know, if you really want to to get to a decent level or the next level, as somebody say, you got to put up a couple of dollars, you know. So the guy that I'm doing one-on-one mentoring, I don't do that often because people are not serious. I mean, he closed his very first deal last month. We both made about $9,500 on that deal, and I'm going to be doing a case study on that one. And the deal we're doing today, we're closing. Thank you. The one we're closing on today, like I said earlier, is like $4,000. Not a lot of money, but heck, we got rid of a pain in the behind deal. So, you know, you got to get out there and get busy. You know, quit playing around, turn the daggum television off. You know, you just never know. And the thing is, I'm going to tell you this. Thank you for the congratulations. Another thing, any marketing you're doing this month is going to be for deals next month. Okay? Unless you're lucky and you're able to close deals in less than that time. Okay? But you got to hustle. In this daggum thing, you got to hustle. We're in your market. What's your name? I'm in Houston. Where are you in Houston? Where do you market to in Houston? And what's your real name? You know, a lot of times people worry about competition and all that crap. You know, don't compete, collaborate. Alex, did we just become Facebook friends? I think we just became in Philly. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Philly is pretty nice. I met with a young man yesterday. We had lunch, and he's moved to Houston, but he was killing it in Philadelphia. So there's a lot of money. You're in South Jersey. I have one of my guys in one of my masterminds. He's in Jersey. So let me tell you something, guys. There's money. Yeah, busy. Philly's just busy all day long. I mean, he was telling me some of these deals. He made like $100,000, you know, on these deals. But you know, people talk about competition and all that stuff. You know, you just got to collaborate. Collaborate with other people. Find you some people that's honest, they're ethical, and you can trust them. You know, there are a few people that I associate with here in Houston. There are people that's in this business here in Houston that I can trust. There's a couple of private masterminds that I'm in. I'm trying, believe me, I'm looking. I hear you. There's a couple of private masterminds I'm in. I have a couple of masterminds with my one-on-one student and another young man that I'm kind of tutoring a little bit, and he's also kind of working as my assistant on some stuff. So that works out. Everybody benefits that way, I think. So what kind of marketing are you guys doing? You got any deals under contract? I know the one individual got a couple of deals under contract, but let's connect in Austin here. Oh, okay, sweet. I have relatives in Austin. I have a cousin, my first cousin. Her mom and my mom were sisters, and there's a couple of good people in the Austin area that I've connected with as well. I have a duplex on. Oh man, sweet. So what are the duplex? What are the rents on each side? I cannot wait until I get rid of it. Oh, really? How long have you had it? And why you want to get rid of it? Are you wholesaling it, or is it something that you own yourself? That's awesome. Just moved here. Yeah. And Austin is clean. It's nice. It's clean. It's nice. It's really nice. Yeah, but what's the deal with the duplex? Why are you looking to sell it, or are you wholesaling the deal? I own it, but I just start wholesaling it as well as becoming an agent. So why don't you keep it? Okay, Motivator, you guys are looking to buy. Where are you buying at, Motivator? You found something better. Okay, so is the new deal going to be a better deal as far as cash flow, or what? Or do you need the money off of this deal in order to, the rent is $750 to $800. Okay, so do you need the money from this deal to get the other deal? You need the money? Have you tried getting private money? I actually met with a private money yesterday. Private money lender yesterday. So I'm looking to find some deals to put her money to work. She doesn't have a lot, but You know, every little bit helps. Yeah, but private lenders are good to have. I'm in the process as if okay, good, cool. That's awesome. What anybody else doing any marketing? Anybody else trying to close deals? What do you guys got going on? What you doing? How do you work with private money? Actually, with private money, it's all about relationships. You know, let people know what you do and kind of show them what you do and build a relationship. You know, first off, you want to just, you know, let them know, well, you may just approach a person this way, send a letters, awesome. Newbie in there, hot Atlanta, dream chasers. Yeah, let people know, hey, look, you know, I mean, I've approached people. I know as a pharmacist, sometimes I I have a couple of friends that I work for sometimes, and sometimes I ask a customer, hey, you know, what do you do for a living? Oh, I do such and such, you know, whatever. And so I'll say, you know what, shoes, man, this stock market ain't doing anything, but you know what, my other investment is doing pretty good. But what's your other investment? Real estate. Oh, really? You're in real estate? Yeah. And I'm like, what kind of rate of return are you getting on your money out there in the stock market, right? And they'll tell me, and I say, you know, what about CDs? You got money in CDs? Oh, yeah. And I'm like, what are you getting, about 0.1% or something like that? You know, maybe not, you know. And so I'm like, you know, how would you like to get 6%? Oh, you know, I would love to do that. Okay, you know what? I tell you what, let's talk about it. You know, because you can't really advertise. You know, there are SEC rules and regulations, so you have to be careful with that. But you know, you sit down and then talk to the person over lunch, you know, and just have a few meetings and build a relationship with an individual. This business is about relationships. You know, everybody thinks it's about all this other jargon. It's about building relationship. You gotta build relationships with folks. Anybody else have any more questions? No more questions? So I see somebody doing Craigslist, somebody doing direct mail. I think I saw yellow letters up there. Excuse me. So anyway, how many newbies do we have on there? Craigslist is okay. Yeah, I like Craigslist to liquidate. I don't necessarily like it to buy, but there are a lot of people that have virtual assistants, probates, and evictions. Sweet. Excuse me. I send letters and call people. Cool. Action. How many people you call a day? How many people do you call every day? You need to call at least 15 to 20. Oh man, 120. Sweet. So is that 120 what? Letters, or is 120 calls every day? Wow, sweet. 15 people a day? Okay. Actually, I had a lady from, Purple Heart. She was doing some cold calling a couple of weeks ago, and I normally don't answer the phone when I see that stuff, but I need someone to cold call, right? So anyway, she kind of told me what she did and how she got paid. So I'm going to test her out in a couple of weeks to see if she can process some of my leads that I have that I'm going to be scrubbing some lists on. She's used to rejection, so I think it's going to work out okay. But we'll see. I'll just test it. All right, guys. Any more questions? So you guys good? All right. If you do not have any more questions, who do you market to? Do you use Skip Trace? There's a Skip Trace service I have access to, but I don't hardly use it. But there's a free, some free stuff. What is it? Spokio.com is a free website. Can I get the flow chart? Yeah, send me an email, evicyourrealestatefears@gmail.com. And put your name, your real name, you know, not the Queen of Soul and all this other stuff. I need to know what your name is. Who do I market to? With several people. Evictions, delinquent taxes, in addition to absentee owners who have multiple issues. Any more questions? Excuse me, I'm eating a peppermint. Alright guys, looks like we are done for today. And do you buy, you know what, the only time I go to auction is to pick up buyers. I do not believe in trying to outbid somebody else. You know, to me, sometimes those people are actually overpaying for properties. So I do not, I don't buy anything at the auction. But it's a good place to find buyers. It's a real good place to network. I mean, because those people have to have cash. Now, here in Houston, you have to have the money that day. Some areas, where I'm not going to say Houston, Harris County, who do you buy your list from? I don't like buying lists. I have access to real acquisitions, so I'm able to get certain lists from them. And I have a couple of free lists that I have access to. But a friend of mine named Eric Torrente has a website called flipthisrealestatelyst.com. Do you have any VAs? I do not. The only VA that I'm going to have is going to be the young lady that I'm going to start having to work next week or in 2 weeks. Any other questions? Okay. Oh yeah, great. Yeah, Eric's good people. And the cool thing about Eric is that with his list, he will also cross-reference those deals, and he'll make sure they're vacant. So he has some extracurricular software that he uses. Yeah, some people use ListSource too. But like with ListSource, you know, I don't know if they have access to code violations and evictions, probates. So I don't know if they have access to that. I've only just played around with ListSource, but you can get high equity deals, people who've owned the property so long. I think you can even RealQuest. You use RealQuest so Eric will scrub the multiple issues. No, what I'm saying is that Eric will, if you're trying to get the code violation list, okay, he will check and make sure, because just because it's a code violation doesn't mean the property is vacant. But he'll make sure it's vacant or occupied. Either one. He has his way of cross-referencing it to make sure it's actually vacant or whatever. Where do you get your list? Again, I use Real Acquisitions. So with Real Acquisitions, I can plug in information in that software, and I'm able to get delinquent taxes, some probate. In my other list, evictions, I get that for free. And we go to hearings. The people who are actually evicting people. Landlords and property managers, and we approach those guys. How much is that? How much is what? If you're talking about real acquisition, I think it's like what, $1,200 or something like that, or maybe $1,000 startup and $200 per month. But it's a local deal here in Houston. It's local software. Yeah, so yeah, I use Real Acquisitions. All right, any more questions? So you know what? Let me ask this question. Aunt Pam, why do you go to hearings to make an offer on the spot? The reason why I go to hearings, number one, is to get in people's face. All right, you have people who are looking to sell a property, and they're looking to evict someone. And it's obvious they're looking to evict because they're at the courts. And sometimes those people want to sell. Okay, so that's the reason. It's Real Acquisitions, REAL acquisitions.com. It's a local company here in Houston. But anyway, but yeah, you go to hearings to see who is being evicted, and if it's the landlord that's evicting that tenant, you can actually approach that landlord on the spot. And I did that a few years ago, and we made $15,000 on that deal. And I actually did an eviction interview with Eric Torrente with Flipside Mastermind. So you may want to subscribe to that and find that interview. So do they all do the evictions in one day? It depends on your area. Here in Harris County and Fort Bend County, they have different days that they do them. It just depends on the court. It depends on how it's set up in your area. With this business, everybody is different. You know, I see in some of these real estate groups, people ask these vague questions. Everything is dependent upon your area. So you need to do your homework. Know how stuff is run in your area, and don't depend on people that say, oh, you know, you can do this in all 50 states. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know. Any more questions? And don't forget to share this if you don't mind. It's going to be up for 24 hours. And if you go to catch.me, you can actually see the replay, unless I make it private. So, do you know how many eviction leads you get weekly? It's a busload of them, and we have to scrub them. Because we have a huge area. It's broken down by precincts. So on one list, I may start off with 500 and end up with, depending upon what I'm looking for and my criteria, I may end up with 60 to 80. And I've gone in some areas as low as 30. Just do it. Don't worry about how many this and how many that and all that crap. Just go out there and do it. Because for me, it's the quality over the quantity. How do you look for? What do I look for? I look for single family homes. Or if I'm looking to do apartments, I'll look for apartments no more than, I think it's like 20 or 25 units, something like that. Any more questions? Let me see. What else is this? You're welcome, Rich Rod. Are we friends on Facebook, Rich? I want to say we are. I want to say we're friends on Facebook. But anyway, guys, are there any more? Okay, cool. Hey, let me see. Now, who is that? I can't see the face, so I need you to tell me who you are. Plus, I wear glasses, so I definitely can't see anything. Let me see. Hey, what's going on, Ryan? How goes it? You doing okay? Cool. Richmond, how's the Richmond, Virginia market? Your market pretty good? It's great. Competition. Don't compete, collaborate. Don't compete, collaborate. Don't compete, collaborate. Don't compete, collaborate. Yes, it's great. Okay, cool. Good deal. Jamal, I see you on here. You still avoid me on the court, but it's all good. But don't worry about competition. But yeah, a lot of times there's a whole lot going on in some of these areas. So, yes, I do, but it's a lot of others who don't want to. Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, people are greedy. Yeah. The scarcity mentality. People have that scarcity mentality, and ain't nothing up, Jamal, just trying to share some knowledge. You know, people are so afraid to work with other people. So, you know, I pretty much stay within my own circle, but I do work with others, you know, on occasion. I have my group of official guys I work with. So, but yeah, exactly. I mean, you have people that you know, and I think I mentioned that earlier, people that you can trust and you can work with. That's awesome. But it isn't, a conflict of but isn't it a conflict is what? Collaborating with other people? No. The bottom line is, if you have a deal, only problem is I'm done running the prices up. Yeah, the only thing is, when you, say for example, if I have a deal and somebody has a buyer, I'm not going to necessarily do 50-50 with you. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? But I'm going to say, hey, John Doe, you know, I have this deal. They giving the sellers bad numbers. Yeah, people don't know how to do their due diligence. But you have people, you know, tell them, hey, look, I'm looking to sell this deal. You know, do you have a buyer for it? You know, but you have to be careful when you do that. Why would Walmart tell Target disclose how they are getting their deals? Again, you really don't know who's behind the scenes, you know? So with me, like I said, I don't worry about competition. I do me. I could care less what you're doing. I don't care if you close 50 deals a year. I could care less. I focus on me. I don't focus on everybody else. But some people don't have the same mindset that you have. It's enough. There's more than enough money in this country for everybody. There's more than enough money for everybody. Never going to be a short. Exactly. The only people who don't have any money is the government. That's why they need taxpayers. So, right. Anybody else have anything to say? Big Hunt, what's your real name? Are you my cousin? But yeah, you know, you just never know. You know, people are just, I don't know. Love your head. Thank you. The Texans, absolutely. What kind of marketing are you focusing on, Pam? Oh, okay, cool, Sean, yeah. Marketing, let me look at my board over there. You got door knocking on the board. We have direct mail on the board. We have driving for dollars on the board. What's up, Sean Hunter? Good to see you, cuz. Glad you were finally able to catch a scope. Yeah, but those are some of the things we have on the board right now. Cold calling, also cold calling, I'm sorry. That's one of the things that I do too. All right, you guys have any more questions? Glad to be involved. Absolutely. Hey, you're up next, Sean. You need to close the deal. I'm doing my yellow letters and skip tracing. Okay, cool. You know, also, when you guys get those letters back, skip trace those people. Those are some of the best deals that you can have, because most people throw those deals in a trash can. Yellow letters not doing so good past few months. Yeah, you got a lot of people doing them, and you got to follow up. You can't, you know, drop 1,000 letters in May and then, you know, say, okay, well, I'm not going to mail to that list again. You know, if anybody calls you from that list, then you need to follow up with those people. I'm thinking due to so many people coming into the market, it don't matter. Most of those people are not going to follow up. I tell you what, you mail a letter to those people, they don't respond, go knock on the door. Go knock on the daggum door. Say, hey, look, I don't know if you received my letter, but I'm interested in buying your house. If the property is vacant, boom. Skip trace, talk to the neighbors, especially those nosy neighbors. You know those neighbors that sit up there and peek out the window and they see everything that's going on? You want to talk to those people. I love nosy neighbors. They'll tell you everything. They know everybody's business on the block. Any more questions? So, Sean, what you got going on? You need to get busy. I am so serious. You do that? Okay, cool. Reading all the material I can. What do I suggest for news? Look, let me tell you something. There's so much reading you can do. You gotta get up off your butt, put those books down. Step one, get your mind together, okay? Second thing, get out there and market, all right? And for each step that you read, then go on, but take it to action. So for an example, I went over the other day. Let me flip this thing around real quick. Hold on. Put some signs out. Yeah, banner signs. Last couple of deals with my student, he put out banner signs. But anyway, market. Market to people who call violations, vacants, job transfers, absentee owners, bad tenants, divorce. Market to people, probate. I don't care. Market. Okay? Once you market, your phone ring. Get a basic script. You can Google a script. Okay? Get a basic script. That's a basic script that I use. You know, and get that information, make an offer to people. You gotta make offers. Gotta make offers. Gotta make offers. And there's only so much reading you can do. Any more questions or comments? You're welcome. Yeah, I wasn't able to do a scope yesterday, so I may end up having to do another scope later. You're welcome. I may do another scope later on today, because I just didn't get around to doing the scope yesterday. We were trying to get this deal closed and get all that mess straightened out with the title company. Then I had to meet the investor. Then after that, I went to meet the private lender. So yesterday was kind of busy. And last night I was tired, didn't want to be bothered. So any other questions, any other comments? Okay. Well, if you guys do not have any questions or comments, if you're in my eviction group on Facebook, if I see, you're so welcome, Sharon. I'm glad to have you on here. If I see that you're not, and I already just deleted somebody yesterday or this morning, I can't remember. It's my private secret evict your real estate fears group. This is my first, won't be my last. Cool. I'm here. I love talking. I love sharing. What I was going to say, people that's in that group, if they're not interacting, great information as usual. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. If you're not being active, if you're not doing anything, I'm deleting you from that group. I'm just letting you know. So don't come sending me, an email saying that, you deleted me from the group. I was working on getting education and all that other mess. So I'm just letting you know, I don't have time to deal with people who's not serious. I don't have time to deal with people who can't get the mind right. Not sure if you have added me. Sabrina from Georgia. What's your last name, Sabrina, if you don't mind me asking? And what's your email address? Because there's somebody that I haven't added yet. Sabrina Battle. When have you sent me an email yet? To evictyourrealestatefears@gmail.com? Okay, well, I'll okay, Sabrina Battle. So on your email it says Sabrina Battle or something else. But I'll check it out and find out. Hey, what's going on? Greetings. Where are you from? But yeah, I'll check it out and I'll add you. But again, if you're not active, you don't interact, and you're one of those trollers, you're just in the group trying to find out, see what you can find for free, I'm deleting you. And you're not taking action, you're not interacting, I'm deleting you. I'm letting you know. And the next time you come up in there, I'm gonna charge you money to come in there. So I'm just letting you know. I don't put a whole lot of stuff in there because I believe in taking action. It's not about reading a whole lot of stuff and playing with videos all day. You have to take action. That's the only way you're going to be successful in this business. Anybody else have any more questions or comments? All right, if you're on the fence about getting in this business, I suggest that you get started. The concept is very simple when it comes to wholesaling, but it's work. Can't hear though. Getting phone fixed. Will catch replay. Okay, cool. Oh, great. Yeah, you're welcome, Dream Chasers. Yeah, without dreams, you cannot establish what your goals are. And without action, you cannot reach your goals. Without dreams, you cannot establish what your goals are. And without action, you cannot reach your goals. So I don't care what your goals are. If you don't put it to action, it doesn't matter. All right? Anyway, guys, I am about to sign off. Yeah, you got to think positive. You got to think positive, and like I told people the other night, get up off your patootie and get busy. I mean, people that come off the street can do this business. People coming out of the penitentiary can do this business. Anybody can do this business if they have the right mindset. All right? So, with that being said, bye, Pam. Happy New Year. Yeah, you too, Sharonda. All right, guys and gals, I am about to sign off. I'm giving you 2 more minutes, and after that, I'm out. If you have any questions, ask me. Give me a couple of hearts. Do I need money to start? You need to market. Dream Chaser. What have you done, Dream Chaser? Well, what kind of market? I know you're reading. Well, what else have you done? What kind of action have you done? Dreams 940. Yes for more. Yeah, you need to find you one list of people. You're welcome. Find you one group of folk, one channel, whether it's probate, eviction. I don't give a rat's what it is. Start with that and work it. Okay? Okay, again, we just got through talking about learning and reading. You learn as you go. It's just like an on-the-job training. Because by the time you read, you know, what happens at the title company, you're going to forget what you're supposed to do when it comes to marketing. Marketing, I'm working on marketing. Okay, cool, great. Then what do I do? And put that to work. Answer the phone. All right, you can door knock. You can drive for dollars. Craigslist is time consuming. I do apologize for coughing. Well, I shouldn't apologize for coughing. Yeah, when people are saying I'm reading, a lot of times it's not even that, you're just afraid to do something. Because you're afraid it's not going to work. Because there's a little person that's your alter ego that's telling you it's not going to work. And so you're letting that person control your life. You can write your own letters. Yeah, you can write your own letters. If you go to YouTube on how to do your own letters, you can do that. And there are people that show you how to do that. Yeah, it's free. But I'm telling you, those free ways will have you struggling for a minute. So you need to, I don't know how many people you're emailing. I mean, that's okay. It's okay to do that. It's some action. But somebody said, don't call the agents who post, call the actual owners. Exactly. Yeah, the agents are the gatekeepers a lot of times. So Dream Chaser, what's holding you back from going door to door knocking on doors? What's holding you back from doing that? What's holding you back from sending out 20 letters a week? How do you know how to tell the difference? The difference between what? Oh, the agent and the owner. Oh, okay. I don't know. Most of them will say agent on there because I think they have to say agent. I think they have to disclose that they're an agent on there. You know, go to Dream Chaser, go to the courthouse. Look for probates. Go to the courthouse. That's free. Find out where evictions are held in your area. Go to the hearing. See if they have a list. Market to those people. Now, there's no excuse. I'm sorry. And focus. You need to focus. Like I said, I don't care who it is, what list it is. Just focus on that and turn the televisions off. Turn the daggum TVs off and put the cell phone on silent. No, I was telling her she has to know how to distinguish between the eight. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, because you'll waste a whole lot of time dealing with the agents. You're absolutely right. Any more questions, guys? All right, going once, going twice. going 3 times, and I am about to sign off. Again, appreciate you if you're watching the replay. Let me see, okay, yeah. They said write a We Buy Houses ad in the real estate section. Let me see, of Craigslist. Let me see, and I didn't see the second part, I'm sorry. Yeah, I tell you what, Dream Chaser, do me a favor, send me an email and I'll give you an ad, a Craigslist ad, since you're so adamant about Craigslist. But I'm telling you, you can do that in addition to going to the courthouse. Send me an email and I'll send you an ad. Yeah, go on to Real Estate Services and I'll send you an ad to post. Yeah, and I'll send you an ad to post and see what happens. So, but again, you need to start Monday morning going to the courthouse, or even tomorrow morning, if it's open. All right, guys? All right, if no more questions, going once, going twice, going 3 times. Can I get it? Can you get what? Okay, that ad. Yeah, what thank you, SA. What's your real name? Send me an email and mention Periscope Craigslist ad. And I'll shoot it over to you. Okay, what's your email? evictyourrealestatefears@gmail.com. It's in my bio. evictyourrealestatefears@gmail.com. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am about to, you got it? Okay, good deal. Yes, shoot me an email. Sometimes I'm dragging when it comes to email because that's not my primary focus. Thank you again. Oh, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. Well, we all got to start somewhere. You know, when I first started in the business, people act like they had duct tape on their mouth, they couldn't talk. I was even willing to pay people to help me out, but, you know, I ended up, you know, doing what I did, so it was all good. It worked out. Some of those people are out of business now, so that's even better. Yep. All right, guys, if you don't have any more questions, I am about to sign off. All right, going once, going twice, going 3 times, I'm out. And I may do another deal tonight. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Let me see. Atlanta should be very hot in the market. Yeah, I got relatives there if you need any help. Can we exchange emails? Oh, Dream Chaser, yeah, okay. Yeah, you guys collaborate. Don't compete, collaborate. You're on the same daggum scope. Work together. Work together, work together, work together, and run everybody else out of business. Work together. Help each other out. Yeah, girl, what is all that boss do? What, see, you know what? See, that kind of email, I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, work together on stuff. You know, if you know something and I know something, cool, let's work together. Ain't nothing wrong with working together. All right, guys. I am about to, yes, you put it up there, but shoot. You may need to when she put it up there again, you may need to screenshot it. And that way you can have it saved. But it's so darn long, so I couldn't read. I was trying to read it to you. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna just be quiet. So you do hair? man, cool. I have a niece that used to teach at Paul Mitchell. Yeah, but your girl shoes, if you do hair, that's another killer business. Yeah, that's a killer business. Have you ever thought about opening up your own salon? Yeah, you need to open. Yeah, my niece does hair. She does it, and she she used to work for Paul Mitchell. I'm not sure if she's doing any more teaching, but she was open up your own darn thing and let everybody else do hair, and you still get paid. Charge them booth rent. All right, guys. And irregardless of what business you're in, how did you get your clientele? Look back on your hair business. How did you get that clientele? You did what? You told people what you did. I don't know. Did you put flyers out? Did you go to Walmart on Saturdays and put flyers on cars? I don't know what you did. Did you tell all the folk in your church? I don't know. It's the same thing. I don't care what business you're in. The concept is still the same. You still have to market and let people know what you do. It's just the bottom daggum line. You got to let people know what you do. And if you and your family are the only members, the only people that know what you do, what's the likelihood? What's the likelihood of your family doing business with you? And if they want you to do that, want you to do their hair, they're gonna want it for free. I can't pay bills with free. Mark it off Google. We'll do it. It's the same thing, but just amp it up. Yeah, you got to amp it up, babe. You got to get out there and take it to, whatever next level you want to be at. But all right, guys. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same daggum thing. When I was in pharmacy school, I used to sell, sodas, pickles, candy. I would go to class with a candy bar in my mouth, and my classmates would ask me, where did I get it? I'm like, from home. They said, can you bring me one? I'm like, you can buy one. So I eventually I had a list, and I would pass the list around the class, and my classmates would tell me what they wanted. You got to let people know what you do. You got to let people know what you do. It's the same concept. All right, guys, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm getting ready to sign off. And another thing, if you're in that group and you are not active, and when I say active, if you're not engaging and having a conversation with other people in that group, I'm deleting you from that group. Okay? All right, guys and gals, I am about to sign off. For real this time. Okay, cool. All right, I guess you guys, you've communicated each other's email address, so do what you got to do. Work things out together. All right? We will talk later. I appreciate it. What group, Miss Pam? In my bio, Dream Chaser, we're going to fight. In my bio, it says if you want to be added to my secret group on Facebook, it's Evict Your Real Estate Fears group, then just shoot me an email and I add you to the group. But I need to know your, thank you, Jamal, but I need to know your real name. I can't, Dream Chaser 1, 2, I don't have time for that. I need to know your name. And what I may just do, when I respond to your email, I'll send you a link to my Facebook and you add me. And you can send me a message saying, hey, Pam, I was on the Periscope. Can you add me to the group? Okay, you said that. Yep, exactly. All right, guys. No wonder Pinkney. Okay, cool. Pinkney. I'm sorry. No wonder. Okay, cool. All right. Well, let me get off of here because my dog is sitting up there looking at me like I'm crazy because she's wanting a treat. So anyway, let me get off the phone. Off the Periscope, and we will talk later on tonight. And if I come on tonight, if you have particular questions you want to ask me, have those questions jotted down, and maybe I can help you out. I don't know everything, but I have access to some things. Okay? In the meantime, guys, share this broadcast with your followers, Twitter, and on Facebook if you don't mind. Even if you do mind, do it anyway. All right? Take care. Appreciate it. I'm out. Thanks.